All right, Jay Hood, how's it going?
Man, I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Glad to have you back, man. You know what I'm saying? We did some pretty good numbers last time. The fans seem to really like your content and like your take on things.
Man, yeah, I mean, hey, the truth is almost here. And I ain't talking about me, but he on his way back. So, yeah, a lot of things folks gonna, have an ear to hear that I got to say nowadays. So, man, it's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, I thought we would start with some big news, man, that was making its way on the internet. It was going viral. Um, Rowdy Rebel from New York came out and he was on a podcast and they were talking about the Little Tim and King Von situation. And he said that Little Tim didn't have to get out of the car and do that. Like, he could have just kind of backed everything down, and he didn't have to take it to that extreme, man. Did you check that out?
I didn't check it out, but like that, what he said right there, that make a lot of sense, don't it? Makes sense to me. I haven't heard that. I can speak on
Okay.
that though, because you feel me. I like. Is that what you want me to do? Speak? Because I definitely want to speak on it. Just what he
Yeah.
said. I just to go right into it. The bat is that like it was a fight. If there was a fight breaking out and you quick to go get your weapon, it seems like it was pre-planned. And so I hope folks can understand that like a lot of this stuff we seeing through our visual lenses through the carnal of man, but we don't know if there was any back work, any people conspiring against Von for his demise, because they could have very well had that whole thing, man. Like, hey, man, if anything break out, I'm gonna be quick because soon as it start happening, as a man in the streets where there's nobody else grabbing guns, I'm about to be throwing knuckles like everybody else. But why was he so quick to kill in that moment and with no backlash? I mean, he didn't even think, he just act. So it seems to me like something else had to go on before that moment because dudes don't operate like that. People ain't just pulling their gun out in the midst of, I'd say somebody just beating down on you and it'd be easier because your emotions get the best of you and you could just release wrath on them. But he was fighting your homie one on one. It wasn't like everybody else was beating him down. And if you was really trying to protect him, I would have been like, and what it looked like, it seemed like a mob was coming at him, right? All them people, but only Vaughn was the one punching and doing this. But he made sure that he did this. He wasn't didn't get the pistol to protect him from everybody else. It seemed like it was a Vaughn thing. And so it was weird and it should have been handled differently. But again, man, when we mark ourselves for death, death coming regardless. So Vaughn marked himself for death with his words, with the music and the curses he was speaking on his life. And that's why we got to understand our words have meaning. And if you don't understand your words have meaning, we're going to be sitting looking at God, angry at him when it was us and what we did that got us into the mess. So it's not a situation that I like to talk about, but I wish it would have went differently. But it played out the way that maybe, don't look at me wrong when I say this, but it probably played out in a way that it was meant for it to play out. I'll say that.
You said that Vaughn kind of marked himself for death by the things he was speaking about.
Yeah.
So you referring to his music? I'm taking it,
Yeah, I'm
right?
referring to his music. The Bible says this. You don't have to believe the Bible, but understand that what the Most High got and set in order, whatever comes with what you do is a cause and effect to everything. It's his cause and effect to everything. And so we got a bunch of people in our carnal state, which is this physical. We do something in a carnal, but don't understand it got a spiritual effect on it. This is the cause. It has a spiritual effect. And what's the manifestation of that spiritual effect? If I all day I'm saying that niggas don't want smoke, niggas can't catch me, and I kill you and walk the bam. In a moment, I'm doing this with the carnal. Now the spiritual hear me speaking all these curses over my life, over your life. So what is the manifestation of what the spirit hears? Oh, the spirit, in however way the Most High ordained it, you marking yourself for death. I'll give a quick story, a real quick Bible story. Joseph, he became king. He became king of Egypt. However, he became king of Egypt, and he took his wives away from the father because of the. It's a long story, but he took the wives away from the father, and the father caught up with them, and he was like, someone like, who was it that stole this precious item from me? And Joseph, being the king, he said, I don't know who it was, but whoever stole your possession, I marked them with death. He was marking them with death with his word. He did not know the person who stole that precious item was his wife. His wife ended up dying, giving birth to his child. He spoke life, he spoke death over her life, didn't know what he was doing with his words, and the manifestation came about. He said, whoever stole, it's in the Bible for a reason. It's in there so that we would know that we got power in our tongue to speak life and death. So yeah, Von spoke death, a lot of death. Not only did he speak death, he lived by the sword. And if you live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. That's just the facts.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.